I'm Pastor Rick Bates, and I oversee our counseling ministry here. And we want to take this opportunity to share with you in a special way. So what we're going to be having is this 4-part experience where we give you some tips on how to live with the coronavirus that's impacting us. You know, it's just unrelenting. It's like a marathon that none of us signed up for. So we're going to have these short segments to dive into different topics. And today, the first one is, we believe it will help you if you know your adaptability quotient. In 1997, there was a book written on adversity quotient. And this was focused in for a while, but then they learned that it's not just adversity, it's really adaptability in general. So that's the term that's used now around the world. While intelligence abilities, IQ, and emotional sensibilities are important, AQ is becoming really, really important. So let me give you a definition. Adaptability quotient, AQ, is the measure of a person or organization's ability to perceive change and then modify behavior to improve outcomes. And we know how important this is. And so what I want to do is give you 3 areas you can use to improve your AQ. The areas were defined by some pioneers in this area. Their names are Russ Thornley and Mike Raven. The material's mine, but these 3 areas were developed and continue to be developed by them. First one, what is my ability to adapt, to rethink, and to unlearn? All of us can improve our abilities. We just need to know how to work with this. In fact, over the years, experienced professionals from firefighters to engineers have been told to overlearn specific behaviors because this helps to learn them well. What happens though then, when something comes new, they've overlearned that and have trouble adapting. So adaptability is very important, and increasingly so. So this is a great time for you to experiment with things that are new. Change things you've overlearned and learn some new things. Entertain some new approaches. Keep an open mind to things. In fact, one ability you need to do is to actually unlearn things. To unlearn is the capacity to rethink matters, to reassess skills, and to adjust old methodology. This is a great time to make a list of some things that aren't working for you and pick 1 or 2 of them and unlearn. That is, put away what's not working and take on something that's new. You know, and we all can continue to have better attitudes as we pivot from live events to online Zoom events. This is a great way to learn to be more adaptable. Number 2, are my personality characteristics prone to accept change, explore, and reassess? We all have our own personalities. We all have developed certain characteristics. Some of us are kind of hardwired to not change, and we like the status quo. Others of us are different. In fact, astronaut candidates, you know how important they are selected with certain character traits, and one of the top ones is their adaptability. They want candidates who desire to know how to tolerate new ideas and new things that come at them. And this is good for us. In fact, it would be good for you to develop some new attitudes. And by doing that, we have to try some new things. So let me give you 4 things you may consider doing even this coming month. Try to dive into really learning a new tech skill. Go on a staycation, but make it adventuresome. Include some unknowable thing or some adventure in that. Social interaction with those you don't know can really help you, that have different ways of thinking. And finally, taking care of someone is a great way to develop your capacity for being adaptable. Finally, number 3, how healthy or supportive is your environment? On environment, one researcher has noted that each of us is the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That is, choose the people you spend time with who are adaptable, who know how to change, who know how to have open discussions, who know how to infuse differences into the environment. One element to look for is how present you are, to be present in a situation and environment. And we can all learn from improv performers in the entertainment world. These are people who, they have a script and they're in a scene, but something happens and they stay with the character, they stay with it, and they know how to improvise what they do. We all can do better with this because our scripts are failing us. So the ability to be improvisational, to open up new mindset is so important. You know, we are only recently learning about adaptability and these three ideas of abilities, characteristics of an environment. But we're constantly have new information, we have changed circumstances and uncertainty around us. And in the midst of that, I want to give you a powerful one you can do as a follower of Christ. We as Christians have had the most life-changing adaptability when we come to know Christ. And every day as Christ followers, we are learning to increase our AQ, that is to have the mind of Christ. In fact, Paul wrote some great words that apply to this and kind of summarize it well when he writes then and to us, do not be conformed to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We need to renew our mind, be adaptable in the midst of different situations that kind of force us to conform to them. So we can always learn from social scientists with things like AQ. But I would hope and challenge you to use the truth of God in new, magnificent ways. I would ask you to keep renewing your mind in Christ so that you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, perfect will. God bless you. God bless you.